Hello and happy Wednesday. My name is Anne and this is Toby. Toby, aren't you going to say hello? And today, see, here he goes with the yawning again. What is it with the yawning? Today we are going to talk to you all about cross stitch. I have cross stitched since I was about 17 or 18, way before I actually knitted. Although my grandmother taught me to knit very early as well, but I learned cross stitch by myself. Fell in love with it, loved it, worked on it, and one of the last things that I worked on was a Lavender and Lace project in about 2004 and a stocking that I had made. Now, this is the stocking I had made in 2004 for my one son, Sean. And Sean, just a little chap at the time, not now. He now lives in Nova Scotia. So this was his, and we used to hang this up every year. I finished it off. You actually can put stuff in it, although we just used to normally hang it on the wall. But this I'd made for Sean. I think it's a Leisure Arts pattern. I do not even remember where it came from, and I don't even know if I still have the pattern. Isn't it cute though? And then this was one I had started for his brother, Andrew, who is older than Sean by 2 years. And I didn't finish it. So Andrew has now had his own son, Tristan, my grandson. So I finished it off this year and I made it for him. Now it came out smaller than the other one, and I didn't even realize that, but I mean, it doesn't matter. They're far away from each other anyway. But, and he can put stuff in if he wants. I don't know whether they will put stuff in. It is lined or just hang it on the wall. But that is one that I made for Tristan just this year. I finished it off. And I really, really think it's funny that I ended up making that for his son. Isn't it cute? This was from a magazine, one of the needlecraft or needle art magazines or something. So anyway, this was really super cute. So of course I had to make another one. So before I get into what I'm currently making, I want to show you what's coming up next. I ordered this from Lovecrafts or Love's Craft. I don't know which way around it goes. Anyway. But I ordered this because I thought this was adorable. And this I'm going to make for my newest grandbaby, due to arrive in December. Naturally, it won't be done this year. It'll be for next Christmas. But my little Nova Scotia baby, grandbaby, I thought this was just lovely. And their parents are both outdoorsy. They love hiking and all that. So I thought that would be lovely with all the woodland animals. So I'm going to make that next year. So that's going into my book for next year's makes. And I also got this. Now, I don't know if anybody ever does. Like, I know in the knitting world, they do advents. You can buy, and I did it for 2 years in a row where I got an advent and I opened it each day and we knitted a bit in of that color yarn, and I love doing that. I don't know if they have such a thing for cross stitch. I couldn't find anything because this year I wanted to do an advent for cross stitch. So I found this also on Love's Craft. Here, let me take this out. It's a pattern by Country Cottage Needleworks, and I like a lot of Country Cottage Needleworks designs, but this one is called Countdown to Christmas. And I thought what I could do was stitch the houses at the top this month. See, there's the squirrel. Is it a squirrel, Toby? It's a squirrel. Oh. And each day of December, starting obviously on the 1st, stitch each little square. So by the time we get to Christmas Day, I've finished my piece, which I thought was really kind of a cool way to do it. And I've got an Advent tea from David's Tea. So every day I'll sit down with my lovely cup of tea of the day and stitch my square. What do you think? think? Who else wants to do it with me? It was kind of a nice pattern, I thought, and I don't think it was terribly expensive. Maybe $8 or $6 or something. But anyway, that's what I'm going to plan to start in December. So where am I with my makes right now? Okay, so let's get into Granita, which is in the bag I made. I'm going to have to make some more of these. They're super useful. And so everything is in here for Granita. And if you don't know what Granita looks like, it looks like this. There is also a matching quilt, which is still on back order. A kit. So you can make this as an actual quilt top. And this is from the Fat Quarter Shop. It's an It's So Emma pattern. And you can do it in 3 or 4 different colorways. They give you all the different colors you'll need, but I chose to do it in the blue because my bedroom is blue. And here's where I'm up to. Now, of course, this also started out as a stitch along, and I love the way she does this. And I'm going to do this with all my cross stitches from now on. She'll take her pattern. So let's just say the pattern like here. I'm going to put it this far back so you can't zoom in and see it. And then what she'll do is she will section it off into weeks, and this she had sectioned off to do in 6 weeks, which ordinarily is probably fine if you have nothing else to do. But anyway, I'm far behind now, and so I am still following her weeks, but I think I made mine into 9 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This was week 7. And I'm just starting my week 8, and I should probably finish it at the end of the month. My goal is to try to finish this by the end of the month, my birthday. But I love it. It's such a nice pattern because once you've done one of these, it's the same. So you're literally just copying that page. You don't have to keep going back to your actual chart. Same with these. These are all the same. So you're just going back and checking out. What goes in here will be this. So I'll just copy the instructions or the counting for that. So it's really nice. It's very, very pretty. And it's going to look lovely, yeah, when it's finished. So I'm very happy with that one. The other one I started, again, another one of these stitch-alongs. I don't understand their stitch-alongs very well. And if you do any of them, let me know what you think. She'll put up the dates that she's stitching, but no one else seems to be posting or stitching along. So I'm not sure if it's how it works. But anyway, so the next one that I'm working on is So Happy. This is a Laurie Holt design for It's So Emma patterns. And again, this was a quilt, and you could do the quilt too. I chose not to do the quilt. It was a long, thin quilt that you could hang in your room, but I just didn't want to do the quilt. I have that much quilting to do. I don't need any others. But I loved this, and I thought this would be so nice to hang in my craft room. So I started on this, and week 1 was this little flower. So I did my week 1 flower. And then I did this in week 2. She had broke it down to do the SEW as week 2, but I'm just doing 2 blocks at a time. So I'll be doing the W and the apostrophe. I think there's an apostrophe. No, just the W. And then the HA, the PP, the Y, the apostrophe, and the sewing machine. I'll probably do that in 2 or 3 weeks. So it gives me a great indication of how long I'm going to be working on it, because like I said, I don't cross stitch every night. I don't cross stitch every afternoon. 2 or 3 times a week I have my grandson. Can't cross stitch around him. Are you kidding? He's 7 to 18, 19 months old. He's like into everything. So you got to run after him everywhere. So, but I love it. Oh, and then the cuddles. Well, the cuddles. Yes. So this I only do a certain time. Now, I did have somebody ask me, or mentioned it on another group, that I'm part of about how you plan out all your projects. And I think she was mainly talking about quilting. But I have cross-stitch, knitting, quilting, crochet, and I do plan as well. I'm a planner. I love planners. So I'm actually going to do a video probably next week sometime on how I go about planning my next pieces and writing them in my planner book, so you can see how I break down how long I think it'll take me to sew, what days of the week or afternoons or whatever I'm going to sew them on, and you'll be able to see how it goes, how I do it. Might help you, might not, but anyway, I really love the colors in this one. It's super cute, and so I'm happy about that. The other one that I'm currently working on, yes, there's another one, was the Lavender and Lace one I told you about at the very beginning. And I had to put it away. I don't think that's good English. I had to put it away because there are beads involved in it. It's stitched on linen, and I was using a hoop because I did have some scroll frames, and it was on a scroll frame, but I can't find it. So I was like, oh, okay. So I put it on a hoop, and the hoop stretched the linen out, and it looked awful. So I decided to not do any more, and especially if I was going to have to bead it, because when you're on a hoop and you're putting the hoop over the freshly beaded area, it's going to stretch them out too. Whereas in a scroll, if it rolls it up, it's protecting it as you're going. So I ordered at the same time I got those two patterns, I ordered a scroll lap frame from Love's Craft, and it came. Look. So here it is in its glory. So I'll be able to put that on my lap and cross stitch while I'm watching Toby. But this is where I'm up to. I have put it on the scroll. I have not done any of it yet. I haven't tried it out even, but I'm sure it's going to be brilliant because I have to find my beading needle, number one, and then the beads, which I think I know where they are. But this is my Lavender and Lace, and I'm very happy with it. So maybe next time I'll have a little bit of an update for you on that particular one, because as we know, that got put away for a while. So that's cross stitch for today. I hope you've enjoyed today. My cold is getting much better, and I'm going to go check the squirrel situation out with Toby now. Okay, bye.